Okay, so last year, towards the end of the year, I did gameplay showing off ARTO, and I wanted to show you, this is an advert by the way, this is a sponsored video, this is a sponsored segment showing off ARTO. Obviously I enjoyed ARTO a lot, I'm looking forward to playing it, and it was a very interesting game. But this advert is telling you and encouraging you to join the Kickstarter. There's 187 people following at the moment, so you click notify on launch and you need to set an account and log in. But notify you when this Kickstarter is going live, and it's going live very soon. I think the 30th of January. So get in advance to get notified when this goes live, and you can back ARTO. And if you don't know a lot about Kickstarter, Kickstarter lets you pay reward levels and you get various things, like, for example, maybe your name in the game, maybe a digital copy of the game at a cheaper price, maybe a character based on you. I don't know the specifics of what they've decided in mind for this. They haven't revealed these, but this is why you get notified on launch of the Kickstarter, so you can get in there, get your rewards, get your backer rewards, get your copy of the game, get your everything. So you get probably, undoubtedly there's going to be name in the credits. There might be names of characters. There might even be things like, you know, have an idea for a subplot for a fetch quest or something. Who knows? You know, like a character completely based on you. Obviously, they'll get more and more expensive for the more elaborate things, but you should go and get notified of the backstats. And now I'm going to show you more of this. So obviously, we know that it's like a roguelike sort of thing where you sort of paint up the world. And, you know, we started painting up the world, so the world starts a bit, you know, pixely, digitally. Obviously, this is a top-down sort of thing in this particular area. Now, what they did a really, really good job of hiding, this is pretty good as it is, you know, it's like a retro-inspired sort of thing, and I was like painting all of the world for the reasons, and then there's like the top-down sort of battles and fighting the various combats and various enemies. What they did a very, very good job of fighting, we'll come back to my gameplay, is that actually there's a lot more to it. So, you know, it's a desaturated world and you repaint it up, and obviously 6 unique art styles. So the game has 6 different unique art styles, and the game progressively becomes more and more different. You know, so you start off in the retro sort of world, and then you're in more modern games, and then this is Persona sort of like, wasn't it? So there's the retro world, so each of the universes is its own sort of game style and its own sort of game area, whilst also keeping the similar gameplay, but, you know, the hand of God with paints. It's very, very cool. And then fighting the shadows of the darkness there. Again, the retro. But then this is like completely different sort of boss battle. I love how different they've made all the worlds and how it's, you know, different game styles and different game areas. It's a very, very, very cool looking game. Like very flowery, very realistic, to neon, to like the dark, to the cartoony. So they've done a really, really good job of making all the areas look very, very different. And it says a variety of different weapons. I didn't pay attention to the different sorts of weapons there, but there's magic and paint, and you're recolouring the world, you're doing a lot of quests. It looked like from the demo as well, unique bosses, this flying shark whale. I don't know what the hell that thing was, but it was a chimera sort of thing. Some sort of coffin-y thing. Death itself, perhaps. Yeah, very unique game. Very cool style that they've got going on. Very colourful, and you're trying to recolour the whole world. That may be a spoiler of how you go out the world. It transitioning between the various different levels of reality. So you jump out of the painted world and into others. But I do love what they've got going on. And it says an open world, and again, it was very open. And I was trying to say with the quests as well, it looked like there's choices as well. So it looks like sort of a moral compass sort of thing. So towards the end of the demo, you could choose to either fight one of the characters. Look how colourful it is. Secrets as well. the old retro racer sort of thing. And you could either choose to fight one or both of the characters, or choose not to side with any of them. So I wonder what the consequences will be between all the various worlds in the game and how that will play out in the game, because that's something that's very interesting to kind of discover as well. But you can see all of the different levels that they've got going on, like how very different they all look. Humongous skill tree there for all of the different upgrades that you get. It's very cool looking. Bosses look like they could be really interesting, and you know, this is the first boss that we had in the demo. So you can also download the demo for yourself and see in advance if it's something you want to get in on before you want to join the Kickstarter. But you know, I recommend you go follow the Kickstarter, and you know, if you're interested in what you see, because you'll be able to get it cheaper coming out in February. By the way, so the Kickstarter is going to have a very narrow window, so that's why you want to get in on it and get notified when it launches. Yeah, I just can't say how much it looks awesome. Like, you know what this is meant to be, the pop art sort of thing. So there's a pop art world, there's the Dark the Shadows world, there's the retro world, obviously, that we've seen. There's this very, you know, gamer world. And then there's a very realistic-y looking one as well. This is the, I wonder if the pop art one and the Persona one are the same. Probably are, aren't they? And then there's the very realistic one, which we don't seem to get the picture of, but was in the thing. And then this is where we did the Brick Blaster King thing, so we were trying to help this guy by beating a retro challenge. So there's a lot of narrative, and I did a lot of talking. And yeah, that's one of the protagonists, but we had to like choose who we wanted to help. The combat has felt pretty good as well, so you know, I liked it all. Playing Frogger with cars, you know, real life Frogger probably wasn't the most sensible thing, but you know, it's what you have to do. You have to cross the road. You have to play Frogger to get across there. There's no other way out of that than playing the Frogger and doing the business. But yeah, if you like what you see with this game, definitely go check out the Kickstarter. Get your Kickstarter in. I maybe haven't sent the link. So the link is kickstarter.com/projects/Orion Games /ARTO. Want to make sure that I didn't say Onion Games, or, you know, missay that. It was on 2 lines on my thing in my chat. But you can see the link in the chat, and, you know, YouTube, it'll be in the link below in the description. And I should get this up as soon as possible so that you can also benefit from the Kickstarter and go follow the Kickstarter. Because it's a really cool and fun game, and I like the look of what they've got on it. And this is just one world, and it's saying there's like loads of different areas, much more than the tiny little bit that you see in the demo. So across 6 worlds that are going to be pretty big, and 6 open worlds. And maybe an open world overworld. Sounds like a pretty lengthy game. Pretty cool, huh? And then the skill trees that we currently have in the demo, but I imagine there's going to be way more than this in the full game, especially as it looked like in the picture, in the video. There was a lot more going on. And then, you know, there's all these Elvisy bosses and challenge areas. And then you do different quests, and they react to how you've done the quest. Like, she knew that we decided to kind of help the other person at the beginning and was a bit mad. I wonder if we didn't choose to help him, she would have had her own quest there. Because we upgraded him for the boss. And it didn't look like you could upgrade both. So I think if we hadn't helped him, she would have had a similar quest to be upgraded herself, you know, seemingly choosing her. And then he would have maybe been locked off. But in the end, we were like, no, we're not helping either of you. And then they both decided to fight us, and, you know, that was the solution. So, yeah, the art style is just so good. She's hella ripped with a huge 6-pack right there. Colouring in all of the worlds. So, yeah, I recommend it. So, keep knocking into my camera. I recommend it highly. And if you like what you see, there is a Kickstarter and you should go follow that. That was so close. Again, you know, exploring to paint the world, playing Frogger. Playing Frogger with the cars. Maybe just cross the road to where you're going. Don't let yourself get hit by every car in the world. We figured it out at the end, what was going on, but, you know, we were getting hit by a few too many. This guy is also kind of telling us about Exada and our ANAX. So he was telling us about the people and trying to say, like, you know, make the right choice, and I decided I'm helping neither of them. And he's a full power now, he said. I really explored everything, and then we did like the Brick Breaker game as well, like I say, which is basically Pong. And, you know, we basically beat the game. We got the high score for the guy, but, you know, I wonder what happens if you fully clear all of that. Maybe there's an achievement to fully clear all the bricks. Maybe it does something, maybe it doesn't. Guess the only way to know is to do it in the full release, right? And I did save the name as the Brick Blaster King, just because, you know, you got it, right? Just because you got to. And then they were saying, like, oh, it's a good job you didn't do that because, you know, I wonder if you'd get ambushed if you put your own name. So then the people were going to be mad and they were going to go and attack the Brick Blaster King for doing that rather than us. So, you know, maybe we made them mad, maybe we didn't. But I can't speak highly enough at how good the game looks and how interesting it seems with its concept and, you know, with it going into various other worlds and various art styles and game styles. It's very fitting because obviously it's an arty game, so the fact that it'll go into like pop art and other art styles as well just shows you how much they've thought about making it an overarching art game. Like, that's also got like street art and graffiti, so it's all encompassing, covering lots of different art styles, and, you know, the scenes like that are just kind of cool and interesting. So it's got a very cool vibe to it. That's all I can say. And yes, if you like what you're seeing, there is a Kickstarter by Marcel. I hope I don't butcher this. Smozitsky? I don't really speak Russian. It's Polish, isn't it? It's Polish. Smolzitsky. I can't say your name, I'm sorry. But ARTO is a great game, and I think it's very good. And then we made the decision not to help either of them, and then they both decided to fight us. Through cars as us, and rumbas and everything, and it's very cool. I liked it. So yeah, you should follow this Kickstarter for yourself. Go check it out, and yeah, it will go live soon. So the only way is to pre-jack the Kickstarter. I don't think that's the correct term, but pre-express your interest and get it locked in, and they will email you when it's live, and it's not going to be live for long because the game comes out in February. So if you want any of the Kickstarter benefits, the best way is to go and register your interest so that you know when it's live and you can get in there and maybe get the game cheap, maybe get your name in it, maybe get other sorts of benefits, you know. But the only way to do that is to go and pre-register your interests, like the other 187 people that are already waiting, raring to go on this. That is the way that you do that. Anyway, that is where I'm going to call it a day. Thank you for watching me. Again, thank you for the sponsorship to Orion Games and Marcel and ARTO. Very much appreciated. Very much looking forward to playing the full release when it comes out. It looks heckin' good. It was fun, yes, and I love the art style. So yeah, we're going to check it out when it comes out and play through and give it a review as well. But get in on the Kickstarter. You gotta get in on the Kickstarter and check it out. So pre-register your interest. I've only just noticed the graffiti is going down with the health. The graffiti of the health bar. I didn't notice that whilst fighting it. That is such a cool way of doing that. No one's ever thought of doing that. The set design is their health bar. That is new tech. That is such a cool trick. Nobody's ever done that. Look, that is literally their health bar. That is so cool. I can't wait to discover all the other cool and interesting little things that you're probably not going to notice till you're watching a video as well. Like, playing it in the Hexagonus, I'm just playing for the fight. And I was trying to keep them balanced as well. And I'm amazed how well I did at keeping them balanced to not kill one or the other. Because again, you know, my whole thing was like, I need to only kill one. Or not only kill one, you know, I need to kill them both together. Because I'm not giving one power over the other. I did such a good job at making sure that that happened, huh? That's actually really, really cool that you did that with that graffiti in the middle to be the health bar. That no one's going to notice that. Yeah, check out ARTO for yourself. It comes out in February. Go to the Kickstarter. Go register your interest, because you'll regret it if you don't. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.